you make your new form in Google Drive, you go to the three dots in the top right next to your
over
name,
here. Okay.
And it says more. And I'm so sorry, I lied. Go to the settings to the left of send.
Okay, that little gear.
Yes, and it'll say collect email addresses. You need to click collect email addresses. That way you'll know who turned. Yes. So then students don't have to put their name. It tells you who it is because it'll give you their email.
So this is for each time I do a form?
Yes. And then these are the settings you're going to set your form to. And then if you want them to only be able to answer once, you can click limit to one response. And then at the bottom, you can click edit after submit or see summary, charts, and text responses if you want them to.
Okay.
And then you'll go to quizzes on that same one.
Okay.
Click quizzes and then click the little bar that says make this a quiz. Then after that, you can turn on locked mode if you don't. So click
and then
make this a quiz.
Make this a quiz. And I know you're recording, but
yes, no, that's fine. And then you can turn on locked mode if you don't want them to be able to Google.
Okay.
By checking that little box. And then you can pick when you want to release the grade, either immediately as they turn it in, which is what I prefer, so they know their grade, or later after manual review. That makes sure you have to go through and see all of them.
And that's if you have like a open-ended response. Okay.
And then you can take off point values if you don't want them to see the point values or the correct answers. Sometimes I have mine re-quiz. I'll do a major quiz and I'll let them retake it. So I turn off correct answers so they don't know.
Okay.
But if you want them to go back and correct, you can turn on see missed questions and correct answers.
Okay.
And then you click save.
Okay.
And then here's the last kind of step to this. You add question here. Oh my gosh. Add question here. You just click in where it says untitled question. And then over on the right hand, you can make that multiple choice, checkbox, drop down, short answer, a scale.
Okay.
You can do any type.
Paragraph.
And then you'll click after each question. This is the part you have to remember. You click answer key in the bottom left.
Okay.
And then you change the point value. So for daily quizzes, I usually do 25 points a piece and I do 4 questions, or 20 points a piece and I do 5 questions. And then it will let you click if it's multiple choice. Say I have my options A, B, C, D. You can click, when you click on answer key to set the point value, I'll say B is the correct answer. And then the check mark won't show up for them. It'll automatically score their questions. And at the top here, it will tell you total points, 25. So after I put 4 questions in, you'll know if, always check the total points because sometimes I forget to adjust the point values and that'll let you know, whoops, accidentally. And you can go back and adjust it after they take it. So if you have a kid that makes like a 380, you'll know that you got to go adjust your point values.
Okay. So what if there is like part of a passage I need to include for my 4 questions?
So you can upload right here where you add a question. You can go file upload. So if you go to where it says multiple choice.
Okay.
And scroll down, it'll say file upload and you can add any passage right there.
Now, can they go back to that same passage or do I have to put in each question?
No, they can see all of the questions at once, so they can go back to that same passage.
Then, so now once I do all this,
yes. So are you to see the results?
And do I have to do this for each class or?
No.
Okay.
I just give the same form to each class and I look them up. I'll show you that. Now you can, Megan Lewis taught me this week. You can make a question that is linked. So you may have to ask her about this, but you can say, what class are you in here? And then you can do first period and link that to another Google form, second period. So you can have separate Google forms for each class. I keep them all on the same one and I just go through student by student. So here is what it looks like.
But they can all see it at one time?
No. Well, you can. Yeah, they can. But mine don't usually go on early. I mean, that may be something you deal with. So let me see. This was my interim tracking form. So you'll go to this, what it looks like when it's finished. You go to responses and you can look who all has responded here, and it'll give you a pie chart of the most popular
Okay.
answers and bar graphs. And then you can go to questions, so you can review all of your questions and how many responses. And then if you go to individual, it'll pull up every student who does it here. So what I do is I have this, actually I have this open right here, and then I pull the grade book up right here, and I'll just go, okay, Gerardo, I usually do 3 at a time, Gerardo, Chance, Olivia, and then I'll go Control F on here, Gerardo, he didn't answer that one, Chance, oh, he didn't answer that one.
Oh, they're just short.
Oh, that's because that's the English 2 and this is English 1. So I could go Tanner and it'll pull up Tanner Bennett, and I know that he's answered it. You just click on his name. It'll tell me this one wasn't a graded one because it was just a check-in, but right here at the top, it would tell me their grade. Let me see if I can go to week 11 and I can show you. Okay, so on the poetry vocab quiz, responses, individual, and on the question, on the summary, it'll tell me like how the points are distributed, my average on each one. It's very nice. The breakdown is very nice. Then you go to individual and it'll say he got 100 and then she got a 50.
Right.
Makes sense? And then you can also export it to a spreadsheet if that's just easier to look all at once
I did that
and
with
look
my
at
late
grades.
forms. But okay, so how do I then put it into Schoology?
So you just link it. So you will go send, and make sure it'll ask you again that they're automatically collected email addresses. So make sure that
Okay.
box is clicked. And then you'll go to the link because you can do it link or email, or you can embed it, but I just go to the link. And then send form, copy link, and it copies it for you. And then I just paste it
In Schoology
in
under a
Schoology.
link?
I just do my closure. Yep. So for today, it's my closure to take the analysis quiz here. And I just post it as a link in Schoology, and it takes them all straight there and saves it for
Okay.
you.
Okay.
Okay.
Or I can do it as a link under